Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starladder Season 9 coverage. We're here with EU
Day 14.
14?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's flying by, gods. I was going
Yeah.
to say day 11. What was I
No,
thinking?
14. We've had a few days where there was only like 1 or 2 games, but they still
Yeah.
counted. So
Yeah.
we're at 14.
So we've got 4 games coming up today. Pretty standard schedule. Game 1,
Yeah.
the Retry versus RoX.KiS.
Yep.
And I guess we could probably take
Yeah.
a gander at what we have coming up really quickly. And there you go. TR versus Fnatic will be our second game. Alliance versus Virtus Pro. And then to round things out will be Power Rangers versus Cloud9.
Okay, so some interesting games. We've got a couple which should be a fairly expected result, but later on in the day, the Lions VP and then Cloud9 versus Power Rangers, 2 kind of good games to end the day on. So
Yeah, Power Rangers,
Looking forward.
that team I like to go back to. That they have consistency issues, but last 2 seasons they did upset Alliance in the
Yeah.
group stage. So
Okay.
could be interesting. Cloud9 might have their work cut out for them.
They always kind of finish like just missing out on the LAN finals, and when
Yeah.
they've gone to LAN finals, not so much the Starladder one, but they've gone to the Tech Labs LAN final a few times. They've actually done really well there. They beat Navi on LAN. I think they actually one of the years got like second place, or even I don't want to say they got first, but I feel like they did really well back under the name of Icy Cup. So it's a pretty solid team.
Yeah,
Don't count 'em
certainly
out.
so. So our first game of the day, TR versus RoX.KiS. I think we're ready to hop into this draft here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well,
Of course I'm
where-
on point with the
I'm ready.
protection.
I'm ready, Andrew. Are you ready?
Someone's awake. Yeah, maybe you guys can take a guess at which one that is. One interesting thing that stands out here, I'm going to have to fix on this, is, well, there's no Scandal here. There's a, quote, stand-in for the Retry, who is ZXC, and I shouldn't have said Scandal, but Power Rangers.
Oh.
ZXC is their mid-player. Scandal
wow.
is now on the side of Power Rangers, so ZXC
Yeah.
is standing in for the Retry.
Yeah, I haven't seen Scandal play with the Retry. but
Yeah,
Z-
that was a
he's kind of taken over ZXC's spot in Power Rangers, it
Yes.
seems. Although he
Yes.
was tagged up as a stand-in, the fact is ZXC is normally on Power Rangers, he wasn't playing with them, and here he is playing for another team. So,
yeah, man.
some shenanigans are going on.
It looks like he is in the place of no fear today. So it should be interesting. Also, the other question I have is Screen?
Screen, yeah.
So just Screen.
Yeah.
Is that PGG or is that
No,
somebody completely
That's
different?
Please Go Game is PGG.
Right, but that's not PGG under a silly name or something. He is drafting.
How-
PGG
he-
usually is
he
the
couldn't-
drafter.
He couldn't be 2 people at once. There's Please Go Game
Oh.
and Screen both in the game.
I
There's
see what you're saying. Oh,
PGG
okay.
is somehow find a way to clone himself.
God. It's going to be a long day
No,
there, gods.
Screen-
I'm all over the place.
Screen is another Russian player. He's been in a few of his own teams. Normally, he's actually the captain of a few teams. Like it's called I think his team is called SS, which is literally Screen Squad, and they were like a kind of okay-ish tier 2 CIS team. And he was always the captain, like as the name would suggest. So it seems like he's recently joined the Retry, which is where he's like, "Look, PGG man, you're washed out. You can't hit black holes. Let me captain." And
Interesting.
Screen Squad actually did pretty well. Like they actually caused a few upsets. When I say upsets, I mean they beat teams like Power Rangers and these kind of teams who you'd rate fairly highly in the CIS scene. And these guys just never really got on the radar of
5
many teams, but they
seconds
actually caused some
remaining.
upsets here and there.
Yeah. So interesting to see Retry, or the Retry, already going
Reserve
through some
time.
roster changes. And we're not even through Starladder Season 9 yet.
It's not really a team. Like it's
Yeah.
like this just group of mixed players.
That sounds so terrible, but it's
No,
kind of
no.
true.
It's kind of how initially I look at like a team like Dog. I think Dog's become more of a set team because they're actually like looking to try build towards playing in the TI qualifiers. So I wouldn't say the same about them. But this to me is the Retry is just like just play with whoever can play. Let's have
Radiant
fun. Let's
team
play.
back.
These guys just like playing Dota.
Yeah.
I mean, competitive scene is
Dire
just
team
sometimes more
back.
fun than playing pubs. Well, a lot of the time.
Yeah, a fair bit. And you never know. If you do well, then maybe you can get your hands on some of that
Yeah.
prize money. So
Yeah.
let's see where they're coming from. Now, RoX.KiS will start off with a pretty
Radiant
Go Black
team
style
pick.
draft. Ember Spirit first pick. He's hot to trot right now, but there's that second pick Trian, and that is Go Black's hero, man. He is all about that dirty Trian.
Oh, he loves the train, and that's going to make pretty much all their lanes that much stronger. And it makes me almost certain this Ember Spirit will be in the mid lane. You can give him the Trine armor as well, so any kind of mismatch he may have, well, you make up for it with a Treant Protector Living Armor, and it may be an Ember Spirit versus Storm Spirit matchup. And
10 seconds
I kind of worry for Storm Spirit there. Ember Spirit just wrecks so many different heroes at mid lane.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't think I've seen an Ember Spirit solo mid that also has a Treant on his side. So Ember, I would already give the edge to in that lineup or that matchup, but with a little bit of Living Armor in the fray, yeah, Storm's gonna have his work cut out for him. But I do like that the Retry have Doom. I think that's a hero that at least has some tools to try and shut down Ember Spirit, or maybe shut down is a bit rash, but make his life a little more difficult.
Yeah, generally Ember Spirits we've seen even not against Dooms, against heroes like Storm, you go for the Lincoln Sphere build, not first item, like you get a phase, drums, then maybe one damage item before going Lincoln Sphere. And I think it works pretty. Ember Spirit's all about staying alive to deal damage, and just spam that Searing Change, Sleight of Fist combo, which is just so damn powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Doom's always great, fits into any lineup, really.
Yeah, he is really the flex pick. He can go pretty much anywhere. He can jungle. He doesn't really support so well, but he can jungle, he can mid, he could play position 1, and, well, he could even play like a solo safe lane role if need be. The Retry will go ahead and grab Crystal Maiden with their 3rd pick. Nice to see her face every so often. She's really fallen off in popularity. I've seen her so seldom over the past couple of weeks or so.
I've seen a few Crystal Maidens.
Team pick.
It's always like a secondary consideration as a support.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like flash through my memory all these Crystal Maidens I've seen. Sometimes jungle, sometimes lane, but it is very infrequent. It's mostly because we see all these other supports just rated even higher, like the AA, the Bane when it comes to certain teams. And then you look at over in the Eastern scene, it's heroes like the Shadow Shaman as a support. But now the Retry get themselves a Mirana.
Yeah, and RoX.KiS will go ahead and grab the Weaver. So
this is a RoX.KiS draft.
Yeah, it's very much
a
so.
draft.
And Treant Weaver, there's some synergy between that combo. It lets the Weaver be a little bit more aggressive.
10 seconds
One of the things I don't really like about Treant as much as it feels like Living Armor doesn't get really powerful until that 4th level. It scales really well in both cooldown, the amount of damage it absorbs per instance, how many instances. It really scales quite well. And in the first few levels, it just doesn't really pack a punch.
No, it's like a nice little like bit of burst of HP regen, but the actual damage block is not that impressive, and the cooldown is really long. Like this is where Treant Protector used to be really top tier, because the Living Armor at early levels was damn strong. But then now they've made it so you have to level it up, and problem is supports don't level up that fast. So by the time you have level 4 Living Armor, it's like, well, you're already 15 minutes in the game, maybe 10 minutes in the game if you leveled really fast, and by then you're out of the laning stage. So Living Armor is like, well,
10 seconds.
It's more important in the laning stage, so it becomes not as crucial as a spell. But
5 seconds.
Treant's always great because you can heal up towers. His Living Armor does other stuff as well.
Yeah, and one area where Treant does kind of shine is against teams that can't flash push towers, and the Retry don't really have a great pushing lineup. So that is good news for Treant. If they come in and do maybe half damage to a tower, Tree will have plenty of time to heal it back up and make their sieging efforts even more difficult. So that is one positive, at least, to having Tree in this particular matchup. We'll see what these teams want with their last pick. RoX.KiS here. Well, a little bit hard to say how they want to lane this exactly. They have some options. Weaver, another very flexible hero. He could off lane. He could be in a tri-lane. And I'll assume that they want to put Ember Spirit mid, but by no means do you have to. He can shine in pretty much any role as well.
Most likely outcome of this. And RoX.KiS, they're 80% favorites on Dota 2 land. So I was wondering, I was a bit curious out of that. Pull out some Merlini stats.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Maybe a little bit in favor of RoX.KiS, but
I would say if the way TR have been playing up till now, I would say that's about accurate, the 80-20. But based on the two, the stand-in ZXC and Screen playing for TR, I would give them a bit of a better shot, because these are two really strong players. And in the past, it feels like it's just PGG leading a team and just kind of joking around and I don't know, not looking that serious. But Screen, he's a serious captain. You've got ZXC, who's a great player in PR. So I think this team has, I don't know, maybe give them 25-30%.
Yeah, TR is sitting 1-4 right now, and RoX.KiS are 3-2 in this particular group stage. And we'll see those final picks come out. A Nyx Assassin for RoX.KiS and Clockwork for the Retry.
Okay. Well, Nyx is going to be your offlaner, which is a pretty good value pick for a last pick.
Yeah.
Something that's been getting often picked up in the first stage, banned out often. RoX.KiS will be pretty happy about getting that. Well, neither team had their offlaner, so PGG gets the Clockwork. He's actually gone over to the offlane role now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. And ZXE is traditionally a mid player. He'll grab the Storm Spirit, so I think it's safe to assume that's the lane he'll be taking point on. And we'll move into a pause to get things started here. Yeah, it looks like RoX.KiS having some sort of a connection issue.
Yeah, it's one of their players CC'd.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about yet.
Not yet. Don't panic.
He hasn't actually picked his hero, so there's no chance to misskill anything.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see how ZXE performs here, though, on the Storm. He's been... When we last saw him on Power Rangers, his performance has been sort of hit or miss, and Power Rangers has been looking much better recently with Scandal kind of in his place. So I don't know if ZXE has been taking this time to practice, if he's been taking some time off, but I don't know, sometimes taking a little break and coming back is good. You come back fresh and rejuvenated. I know Fada just took a little break from playing.
Yeah.
Try and deal with fatigue. So maybe a similar thing for ZXC. I don't really quite know his story IRL. If he was having, family issues or what the deal is with Power Rangers, but curious to see how we fare.
I do know that, taking a break and coming back fresh often can help and make you also just enjoy and be a bit more passionate about it, because if you're playing day in, day out, like match after match, sometimes it does get a bit draining, and not so much you lose your passion, but it's just... it's hard to focus, but you take your mind away for even just 2 days, a week. You come back. I think
you get tired, man.
You can play a lot better. Yeah, and it's more the mental fatigue than anything. Like you can't. Yeah. You just your brain blows. You lose the focus of what the importance of any given match is. You just lose that sense of fun as well, which is actually quite important to playing well. End of the day, sure, these when you look at the top pro teams, and they're playing professionally, it's not meant to be saying they do it for fun, but when they're if they're playing every single day and not having fun, they'll play worse. That's end of the day, it's a game, and if you're not having fun, you'll play worse, even though they are professionals.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's a mindset that is required to be a top-notch competitor, and if you're not enjoying yourself, part of it is it's not an easy job, man. Long hours and kind of low reward, high risk. You don't always win, and if you're not enjoying yourself along the way, then...
It's just an emotional game. You were coming in here like, man, I fucking hate casting after I lose a ranked matchmaking game. That's
I hate everything after I lose ranked matchmaking, man. You lose 3 games in a row, I'm just in a bad mood. That is not the right time to come up and tell me I did something wrong, because I'm just...
Exactly. That's and almost any viewer can relate to that. You lose a few bad ranked matchmaking games or whatever, and you've got to go do something, it can make you feel kind of shitty.
Yeah.
These guys are, taking ranked matchmaking to the next level by playing pro Dota and having some serious intense games. You lose some of these, and
these are way more serious than anything you'll see in ranked.
Hey man, I've seen some serious stuff in ranked matchmaking. Don't you discredit my 3K MMR ranked matchmaking games.
I'm gonna be down to 3K MMR soon if I keep losing, man. I'm on the longest losing streak of my life right now, and since ranked came out. I think I'm 0-9 in my last solo games, 0-8, something like that. Oh god.
The thing is, whenever I have a streak like that, I just know, I feel shit, but I'm always thinking okay, there'll be a positive win streak coming soon.
That's what I keep telling myself, but it's not coming yet.
My worst lose streak was I lost, I think it was 18 out of 19 games in a row.
Wow.
All ranked. There was a mix of solo and team in there, but
still,
I lost, I think 300 to 400 solo and team MMR separately.
Man.
I was miserable for a bit, and then I went on this huge win streak and gained 500 MMR over 3 days, and was okay, I feel a lot better now.
Wow, all right.
So
there's hope.
There's always hope. That's how I saw it. I was look, Dota's a streaky game.
Yeah. Since I've been complaining about it recently, everyone's been sharing their anecdotes of their worst win streak. So I guess I've been overdue for a bad streak.
Yeah, 9 is. I mean, it's bad, but it's definitely not the worst. And so, have you had a full page of red yet?
I'm pretty close right now. I think there are 2 wins on my page right now, but they're from non-ranked games that I played with viewers.
It's not an anecdote until you've got the full page of red, all ranked. And then you've got to post it up on Reddit so people can bitch about you posting it up on Reddit, since that seems to be the big thing now.
The whole rite of passage. It's part of that.
I had 1 page of red, but then I had 2 full pages of green. I was I've made it.
I've made it, guys.
This is the best feeling of my life.
You have to teach me how to play Meepo, gods. Maybe that's what I'm waiting for.
My Meepo used to be 75% win rate with over 100 games, but now it's down to like 55.
Oh, God.
I've lost so many recent. Meepo's just been. People just know how to deal with the hero now.
Yeah.
And picking it in ranked is just like a nightmare. Like you could pick it in non-ranked because other people had clowny drafting heroes, but
Yeah.
ranked is just full of try-hard pickers.
Meepo makes you kind of a target. People see Meepo and they think just pick on the miner. Like it's almost
Yeah.
it's a thing. But all right, we are finally back in this game. Weaver was able to deal with his connection issues, and our first game of the day is underway. Let's introduce these rosters
30
here on the
seconds
Radiant
to
side.
battle.
We've got the Retry. Down in the bottom lane, it will be Nubik playing on Mirana. They will have Android P supporting on the Crystal Maiden. Will be Screen playing on the Doombringer. Stand-in ZXC will be solo mid on the Storm Spirit. And PGG himself will be playing on the Clockwork. Looks like he'll be headed up to the off lane.
Well, over on the Dire side, it's Team RoX.KiS, the team led by Gorbak. We'll see Yol playing the support Bane, Treant Protector in the hands of the Captain Gorbak. They're going for a bit of a wraparound here. They're going to fight Android P. 633, that's BZZ on your Weaver, and he's actually going to catch up to Android P. Gets a Shikuchi hit. Is there going to be a Nightmare? Yep, this will buy him time to actually catch up, and this is an easy kill. They've got Leech Shield. There's no way out of this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need the Leech Shield. He'll save the mana, which is actually smart play coming out from Gorbak. That's 140 mana. Not going to use it. They get the first blood. Nicely played by RoX.KiS.
Yeah, Mirana actually walks by the danger zone here as well, but we'll make it back to
can always
safety.
level leap.
Yep.
But finish introducing RoX.KiS. Sidoi going to be actually mid on the next assassin, so a bit of a lane switch up, and that puts Solo in the safe lane up against the Clockwork of PGG on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, so Ember Spirit should have a pretty good time up here against Clockwork. Melee on melee, yeah, he will go Flame Guard level 1. And, yeah, PGG will have his work cut out for him. I think Ember will get plenty farmed. It will be Nyx Assassin mid against Storm Spirit. Definitely not the lane matchup I would have guessed here.
Yeah, the Nyx against Clockwork isn't the best matchup for the Nyx Assassin. It's still manageable. I think they just decide, hey, we can put Nyx mid, he can bottle Crow, he can spam Mana Bone and just be really as annoying as possible for this Nyx.
Yeah. And so down bottom, this is where the interesting lane will be at. A lot of the action. There will be a Doom basically in the jungle right now. We'll see how he wants to rotate into lane. He did go ahead and grab himself a Hellbear Smasher with that Thunderclap at level 1. And he seems to be just a dedicated jungler right now. Yol is nearby. He's sniping some of that experience, so doing a good job not giving Doom free farm here.
Trying to he'll get one of those last hits, so like you say, this is all about leeching experience, and if he can, take a last hit or two. Just be as annoying as possible, and this is a great way to slow down a Doom.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to swing in towards mid lane. ZXC could be in trouble. There's a Nightmare. Gets one right click. Oh, no, they miscoordinated. They played that well until Sidoi threw. He didn't need to throw the Impale.
Yeah.
Because Bane wanted to get the one right click off just for that extra bit of damage before the Nightmare. Because you're in range, so it was already going to be a really big struggle to get the kill. So he got the one right click off, got the Nightmare. And if you let the Nightmare tick once or twice before the Impale, it would have been a kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was Sidoi's mistake, but it was always going to be a tricky kill to get.
Thanks for that.
So, a little bit unfortunate for RoX.KiS, but they're still in fine shape. They will grab the 2-minute rune, and it is a double damage up on the Bane Elemental. And they will rotate down bottom, it looks like. Android P will back up with plenty of time to spare. There is an observer here on the Radiant side of things, so they know exactly what's going on. They see the rotation coming in. And, well, Yol will go blow for blow with Nubik, but that's about it. TR will back up with plenty of time to spare. Now
Top lane, PGG taking a lot of damage here. Solo, he's got enough mana for a Flame Guard or a Sleight of Fist. He's actually going to decide to retreat, not look to commit to this one. He's going to salve though, so he doesn't mind taking this much damage.
Solo, that was, yeah, a little bit close for comfort. It was, could have been close to a kill there with that Sleight of Fist. This is an interesting build. No point in the Searing Chains here at level 4.
Yeah, he's got a lot of mana, and this is where up against 1v1 against Clock, he's going to drain most of your mana using the Fog. So I guess he decides it's not going to be possible to do anything. And this is almost a game where I wouldn't mind seeing an Arcane Boot build out of your Ember Spirit.
Yeah, Ember Spirit is doing okay up here in the top lane, but not quite as well as I would have thought. Let's see, he's 11-2 against the 13-1 Clockwork, so actually getting slightly out-farmed. Though we'll hold that thought as now ZXC in some trouble. This time Nightmare to start things off. This time the Impale will connect. Leech Seed comes out, and that will be an easy kill on the Storm Spirit. So they whiffed it the first time, but second time around, they secure the kill.
Yeah. Good execution, and they bring in the Treant Protector to make sure of it. Boots up on Go Black, so he's back towards the bottom lane. He's almost even farmed his Arcane. This is Some big farm on a tree and protector to have it 4 minutes in the game, and that's coming from... He got both those kills, the first blood as well as that second kill in the storm. So having a really fast arcane boots on a hero like Treant really helps, because a lot of his spells are pretty mana dependent.
Yep. Android P in a little bit of trouble. Weaver doing most of the damage himself. Nubik coming in as well, but they will turn it into a double kill. Weaver survives as he stands his ground. They don't even need the living armor. That was mostly BZZ right there, just manning up on the Crystal Maiden.
I haven't seen a living armor yet this game. I'm sure he's been using it, whether it's been top lane, mid lane, or even a little top bottom lane, but for the most part, yeah. Go back. He's got arcane boots. He sells his Tengos just to give him a bit of extra gold, because he wants these arcane boots now, because BZZ needs some mana, he needs some mana, and 4.5-minute arcanes on a support Treant is just massive.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. It is a rare thing to see, and he also has a fair bit of experience going his way. Level 4 at the 5-minute mark. Not too bad for a Treant Protector. He's one of those supports that doesn't jungle particularly well and usually has to leech lane experience, and generally speaking, he's not that great at killing early on, but Go Black showing us what the aggressive tree is all about, sitting 3-0-1 at the 5-minute mark.
Now they're going to go looking for Doom. Screen's positioning's good here, so he's kind of using the trees as a bit of a shield for him. They know he's there, but like to actually get to him is quite tricky, and he's actually got backup in the form of Android P. They're going to just swing around. They're actually going to go towards mid instead, maybe.
Yeah,
crafty play from RoX.KiS. They saw that he went
Storm's
behind the
level
tree
6,
line.
so Storm just hit 6, so they should see that, and yeah, they can still get a kill with a Nightmare and an Impale, so maybe they decide to linger around and still look for a kill.
Yeah. There will be a smoke from Doom as well as Crystal Maiden headed towards the top lane. But unfortunately for them, Solo is backed up right now. He's got his bottle. He's just heading back to the well. He may pour back into the lane and make the kill. Still a possibility, but a little bit of a wasted rotation coming out from TR, which is just rather unfortunate.
Yeah, and this Doom really can't be wasting time rotating around. He's going to get into the enemy jungle, which is maybe a better place to farm, but screen is really under-leveled. Just level 3.5 on that Doom, so that's a bit of a worry for TR. Top lane.
Now Solo, yeah, he comes back to lane, trying to do some damage to PGG. He sees the support coming in, and he will be forced to fire Remnant away back to safety. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, looks like Nubik will get engaged upon. Leech Seed to start things off. Yol nearby does have a Brain Sap available. Morana won't even leap. Gets killed a bit too quickly. I'm not sure Leap would have saved her anyhow.
There was no way out of that one. Bane was... The slow would have still been on after Leap, and then Bane could have either Brain Sapped or Nightmare. That was just... He was trying to wait for the Leech Seed to wear off, or so that he could leap to a place where there's fog, but it just never presented itself.
Yeah. So Android P will go ahead and pick up another smoke here, as well as another set of wards, as him and Doom rotate back through the mid lane and then into the Radiant jungle. But unfortunately for them, Yol and Go Black will already be rotating over to these camps to leech some more experience from Doom and maybe snipe a few more last hits. So they are really doing a good job putting pressure on screen. He is still only level 3, will ding 4 after this hard camp right here, but he basically has a babysitter in the jungle, which is usually a sign that the opposition are doing something right. In the mid, ZXC, Nightmare to start things off. There's the Impale. Will they have the damage? They certainly will. Easy peasy.
Wow, 6-0. RoX.KiS are playing just solid dirty right now, and I don't think TR are playing that bad. They don't really have a clear strategy or clear movements around the map, but RoX.KiS is just... They know what they want from their draft, they know what they want from their movements around the map, and they're getting it.
Yeah. And Clockwork, well, taking a little bit of damage up top, but Solo again having some mana issues here. Still, this is an interesting Ember Spirit build. Not even a value point, the Searing Change. I recognize he will have some mana issues up here. He did pick up a bottle, but I think just that 1 point is worth it, if anything else.
Oh, there's a zip in. Storm was looking for him at top lane. He's used all his mana for this one. He has a pull, it looks like. He's bottling up. Bit of a miss. I don't think they can get this kill. Not with living armor for sure. Yeah. Solo just... he blocks everything. He's going back in. Well, he leaves the heals up, and then he'll go back in.
Yep, and here we go. PGG will get some nice cogs off. Impale off the mark. A noble effort from Sidoi, but won't be able to make it happen. Bane, only level 5, no Fiend's Grip, so they won't be able to grab a counter kill. But they don't even really get close to taking down Solo. Between Flame Guard and Living Armor, easy.
Yeah, that... Even if Storm found him with the initial zip, like he zipped into the trees when he was in lane, even if he right off the bat found him, it wouldn't have got the kill. You can see a lot of damage coming out bottom lane. Time left from the Weaver. BZZ, he can just turn this one around almost. Leap's being used here, but he doesn't want to commit to a dive under the tower. There's a Frostbite, and he probably would end up taking more damage than he deals.
Yeah, with the Medallion up, though, Weaver is pretty scary in these early levels. He can do a surprising amount of burst damage with the Medallion as well as the Scarabs on. But that's the power of Living Armor right now. That was right there. That was a pretty good setup. They put down a Sentry, Frostbite into Arrow, but BZZ was able just to tank it up Doom will rotate back in, but
Radiant's
Couple
top
heroes
tower
rotating
is
bottom
under
for RoX.KiS.
attack.
They've got Bane as well as Nyx here. Nubik gets immediately awoken by the Shikuchi. Living Armor goes down on the Weaver. Nubik's in all sorts of trouble. He's got a leap here. He's going to pop the Moonlight Shadow. This may actually help out his team. Clockwork TP's in. Hookshot under the tower. Finds the Nyx here. Solo may be the one to go down. He hasn't really got a way out for this. He will be the first kill for the retry, it looks like. Under the tower. Brought down by your Stormtrooper at ZXC. But that's a small consolation prize considering how far behind they are.
Yeah, and it's still a 1-for-1. Morana got picked off to make that happen. And it's just a huge rotation. That was all 5 of TR down bottom. And meanwhile, Go Black's farming away in the mid lane, now level 6 on the tree. And Solo is also free farming away on that Ember Spirit up top. So it looks like Weaver could still be in some trouble. Will get engaged upon by ZXC as well as the Clockwork, but is able to time-lapse out, avoids the arrow. Living Armor comes out as well, and PGG kind of needs to be careful here. Weaver could try man up on him. Yol in some trouble as well. He will get picked off to the 5-man squad of the retry. But Weaver coming back in once again, doing some damage to ZXC. In comes Solo now, Fire Remnants away. A lot of AoE damage comes out. It will cost him their Weaver, but there's the overgrowth. Solo still coming in with a lot of damage, and Pale from Nyx catches 2. And this is just a disaster for TR. Screen is not out of the clear. In fact, he will fall. Storm is the only one that was able to zip away.
Man, like Solo just went in with all of his mana, and he's still got half mana because of the like double, triple arcane boots. Bane, Nyx, and Go Black on tree, and all of arcane boots. And this just allows Solo to spam so much in these team fights and still be juiced up because Ember Spirit's a very mana dependent kind of semi-carry type hero, and well, he managed to come in. That looked like it was like a really bad engagement from RoX.KiS from the start. They had Weaver almost dying. They lost their Bane from the get-go, and they still somehow engage and take a 3v5 fight.
Yeah, absolutely right. Now TR is they're in really big trouble. Already a 3,500 gold and experience lead for RoX.KiS. I frankly expected it to be a little bit more based on the lead they've set up for themselves, but
no towers yet is the main thing.
Yeah, perhaps they'll start knocking some towers down here as they're grabbing momentum. Nubik will take some Scarabs as well as the Medallion, but will be able to leap to the other side of the tree line and does survive as he ports back to safety. But won't do much in keeping his tower alive
Radiant's
down
bottom
bottom.
tower is under attack.
Weaver does have a Basilius as well, so that will make his pushing efforts a bit easier. Also has a siege creep with him here. Yep, so this bottom tier 1 tower looking like it will be the first to fall.
Down it goes, and BZZ picks up the
Radiant's
last hit.
bottom tower has
And,
fallen.
well, RoX.KiS in a great position here. They start taking a couple of towers. They can go for Roshan. There's going to be a Fiend's Grip at top lane. PGG, he's going to be kept alive by a Doom coming out from the screen. That goes into the Yol, and Yol, he's going to take a fall, it looks like. There's not enough to keep him alive from this Doom. Maybe there is. He's still on the run here. The Living Armor healing him up a little bit. And it's going to be a hookshot in from PGG. The Ember Spirit zips his way out of there, and Bane does eventually go down. Gets chased down by the Doom.
Another big rotation from TR up towards the top lane. What a Solo. He's not out of the clear. ZXC takes a long-range zip and will hop in. Now, the Living Armor coming out. Solo getting a little bit of support from the team, but it just isn't enough. The 5-man rotation is just too potent.
Radiant's bottom tower
yeah,
is
it's
under attack.
the retry always is sticking as 5, and I think RoX.KiS just aren't expecting them to have this many heroes in these clashes. TP out from the Doom.
Dire's structures
See Clockwork
are
get caught out here.
GG.
Just the one hero impale here. Bane was looking for a second kill maybe, but it's still okay for the retry. Like, they're getting kills. It's just they're committing 5 heroes, and RoX.KiS never really have more than like 2 or 3.
Yeah. It's not bad for the short term, but it's not going to help them out across the board. Now, looking at the gold and experience graph, things still dipping in RoX.KiS's favor. And what's also important is RoX.KiS were able to keep this tower alive. Yeah, they grabbed a couple of kills, but they didn't pressure the tower, and they were ultimately repelled. RoX.KiS still in great control of this game. They've got 4 heroes on the top of the net worth chart. One of them is still that support, which is a term I use lightly to describe Go Black right now. Is he's sitting on about 2,000 gold. I reckon he's pulling up for a Blink Dagger, but plenty of money to go around on this tree.
Yeah, and we'll see RoX.KiS now group up at top. They're going to
Radiant's
look to bring
top
out another
tower
tier
is
1
under
tower. I don't
attack.
think the retry can really fight them, especially with the Doom on cooldown. Engaging in is just not really an option at all. You see Solo, his positioning in front of the creep wave. He's not even afraid right now. He can just flame guard out there. He will get engaged upon. The Doom's actually back up. He's going to get maybe in trouble. Solo going to go down. He just got way too aggressive there, thinking Doom was on cooldown. Clockwork gets a nice 2-3 hero cogs off, but he just trapped them in with him.
Yep, Overgrowth came out, and they were able to turn it around. It is a 1-for-1 right now. And Android P, he'll get left behind. That'll be a 2-for-1 in favor of RoX.KiS, but Nubik now joining the party. Starstorm will grab a double kill on the Nyx Assassin and Treant. Now they'll continue to pursue. Yol in some trouble here. He will throw a brain sap, but level death comes out right away. BZZ will reinitiate with the Shikuchi, trying to do as much damage as he can. Maybe finding a kill on the Nubik. Bane will go down. BZZ doesn't have the damage. Arrow just barely off the mark. Nice turnaround. And he will walk right through a Sentry Ward. Time lapse is back. And BZZ will make it out.
Oh, man. Big throws by Solo.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Now all of a sudden the retry getting a little bit of momentum here.
That was, yeah, he was just standing in between the T1 and T2 tower on an island all by himself. Gets engaged upon, gets doomed, and it's 4v5. And the rest of RoX.KiS run forward to get in a bad position because of him. It was just, yeah, really, really bad play by Hemisphere. He just assumed the Doom was on cooldown, which it'd been used fairly recently. It had just come up the second it was used. Like, it was on cooldown and then came up, so slightly mistimed.
Yeah, well, Nubik, he'll get caught inside of a Sleight of Fist Bola combo as the Ember Spirit fire remnants forward, but he will use it as an escape vehicle as well as he heads back to the Tier 1 tower mid. So nice free kill for him. And up top, PGG will get engaged on. Nice cogs come out to buy him some time, but Nyx Assassin is inbound. Vendetta, Mana Burn, and they don't even need the Impale. They'll just finish him off. 2-for-0 across the map coming out for RoX.KiS.
Yeah, a bit more like him. Even more mid lane, they're even doing a bit of harassing. Ember Spirit will get, well, zip. No zap, though.
Zip, no zap. And there you go. Mech now coming out for the Treant, and Nyx Assassin will grab himself a Blink Dagger.
Yeah,
Two
standard
big
pickup.
items. Yeah, standard, but two very big items for this state of the game.
Yeah, having the triple arcanes, the mech on your Treant, the Blink Dagger up as well on your Nyx. This is RoX.KiS. Like, this is where if they had the Blink at top, maybe they could save the Ember Spirit even when he gets doomed, like with a Blink Impale. But yeah, that's a big if still.
Mid-tier 1 tower will take some heavy pressure.
Oh, Arrogant's top. This could be BCZ dead.
Yeah, there will be a rotation. Oh, Doom comes out as well. Definitely a kill on this Weaver. Living Armor will buy him some time. He still isn't out of the clear. Eventually falls to the Wrath of Time. And Nyx Assassin will get picked off as Storm zips forward as well.
That was a really good arrow.
Yeah.
Hitting BCZ under the tower. Use those 2 trees by that top T1 tower, like, to just get that extra bit of fog, and it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mid-tier 1 tower still standing, but RoX.KiS will continue to pressure it. One thing that this Doom has been doing very well, being played by Screen, is he had such a slow start, but he's been using that Doom ultimate. A pretty effective cooldown rotation here. Yeah, PGG will get initiated on. There's the Overgrowth, Fiend's Grip to start things off. A big Overgrowth, actually. A lot of damage coming out on the Android P, and now Screen is in big trouble. The Nightmare comes. That makes the setup for easy bolas, and they will make it a 3-for-0 in the mid lane. Leech Seed comes out on Nubik. Fire Remnant forward. Nothing the Mirana can do. And she will go down to one last Brain Sap. So there you have it. RoX.KiS. Another successful team fight.
Well, they're kind of team fights from the TR side, but for RoX.KiS, they never have 5. Like, that was a 3v however many TR brought in there. Yeah, it was like 3v4. Like, Weaver was dead from top lane, as was the Nyx Assassin, and they were fighting without their mid Nyx, who's a pretty important hero to have in a fight like that, but doesn't really matter. PGG just engages in a bit too deep, and RoX.KiS just hold their ground using the Tree and Protector, and combined with the fact they have such a fast mech, they can take these 3v4, 3v5 situations if they have the right heroes and the right positioning.
Yeah, mech definitely made a big difference in that fight. And also there's just a certain amount of synergy between the Treant as well as the Ember Spirit, where that Overgrowth made for easy Sleight of Fist Bola combos. And whoa, the Impale actually off the mark. That might be PGG's bone for the game, as he will get a free pass here. That Impale, I think, would have been enough to secure that kill. Oh, there you go. Hookshot in. Arrow will fly in between the Bane and the Nyx, but PGG will hop to his death to start off this fight. Nubik, he's in the middle of the fray. Zip Zap joining the party as well. Solo will take the Doom ultimate, but there's just not enough damage. He may still fall, but Screen is going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, there's a Living Armor in 2 seconds. Should be used on Solo. That should save his life.
It'll be close at least.
Living Armor saves him.
Yeah, there you go.
He can leave a Flame Remnant, TP home, and then just come back to the party if he wants to.
Wow. So it looked like TR were going to start to regain some momentum in this game, but RoX.KiS coming back stronger than ever. 10,000 gold now, just about 8,000 experience in their favor at the 18-minute mark. Lincolns will be online for the Weaver before too long here. Ember Spirit, what's he been working on here? I'm just going Phase Boots, Drum, Orb of Venom, Bottle. Nothing too crazy about his build. ZXZ, he'll get caught in the mid. Fiend's Grip as well as Nyx Assassin Vendetta Impale combo makes for another easy kill, and they will bottle up that double damage rune.
Yeah, they'll back off. This makes them have to back off top lane though, because they've rotated 2 heroes to that one. But they're actually going to keep on rotating, looking for a Crystal Maiden at bottom lane, and Android P needs to be pretty careful here.
Yeah, and up top, this engage is still going on. Around the backside, Solo comes in, Sleight of Fist, right into the Searing Chains. They'll grab a kill on Anubik as well. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Sadoy getting very aggressive with his positioning. This double damage rune, giving him some serious hope here.
He right-clicked hard.
Yeah.
I didn't see the double damage. I'm like, isn't he just going to die? Like, why is he right-clicking the CM? And I was like, oh, he hit like 150 damage.
Yep. Doom will finish him off with a level death, but still some space is created for that top lane. That tier 2 tower falls, and RoX.KiS, they just continue their streak of dominance here in the mid-game.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower
Things looking
is under
pretty
attack.
good for the RoX.KiS squad now. 28 kills in 19 minutes. They're just playing non-stop aggressive Dota, punishing TR for any slight little mistakes that they make. And as it stands, we get the Lincolns on the Weaver. Looks like it's a Lincoln's build from the Ember Spirit, so we'll see 2 Lincoln Steers on their side. And at this point, he's doing enough damage just with his spells and nukes without any plus damage items. I think Lincoln Steer is perfectly reasonable.
In the mid lane, Weaver will get trapped inside Cogs, but the arrow will be off the mark. Time lapse available, but it will be not to any avail. PGG does end up falling. ZXC now completely out of mana, still not out of the clear. Leech Seed comes out on Anubik once again. Yeah, those bolas, boy did they hurt. And there's the Nightmare on ZXC. He can zip just a short distance here, but Android P, he gets obliterated. ZXC, well, buys some time. Solo will take the Doom ultimate, but they secure the deny.
The mech came too late. I don't know if it was on cooldown or just a bit too. If it was just came off cooldown. But we're gonna see Screen get Fiend Script up now. He may be the next taker forward with a Leech Seed coming out as well.
Yep.
And all right, RoX.KiS. They're
looking fierce.
Yeah, this is some good old RoX.KiS God Black Dota.
Yeah. This tree, man. He's been involved in 18 of these kills, 8, 1, and 10. And I played a Treant Protector last night, and continuation of my losing streak, and it went nothing like this.
Nothing like in 10.
But yeah, Treant, it's nice to see Treant doing well. He is a really interesting hero, where some games he looks awful, and games where Treant does well, he looks unstoppable if he gets some of that early momentum.
That's the thing, he is a little bit farm dependent. That's where getting the first blood and a couple kills, having like a 4.5 in arcane boost we talked about was huge. We're going to see an initiation. The Bane finished off the Storm Spirit. Clockwork goes hooking in, but quickly realizes he needs to get himself the hell out of there. They've lost Storm Spirit. They're going to lose 2 more here. They get caught out by the Searing Chain. Clockwork on the foregrounds. He gets taken out. Another Sleight of Fist. Not going to finish off Nubik though, so he does get out of there, and it looks like they'll just fall back, get the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, still all survival on the side of RoX.KiS.
High ground there.
Yeah, even though they only grabbed 2 kills, they minimized their losses quite effectively there. And now they will secure this tier 2. Total tower count will be 5-0, of course, in favor of RoX.KiS. And oh, look at this. Bane with a Dagon. All in good fun, my friend.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well,
oh boy.
Tower going to go down. Moonlight Shadow. One last hurrah coming out from the retry, perhaps. They still need to wait for Storm and Clockwork to respawn.
Yeah, that's the tier 3 tower mid. And actually, Moonlight Shadow comes. RoX.KiS will not press the issue for now. Actually, scratch that Weaver. He goes up to the high ground. His Lincolns gets popped. The Doom ultimate comes out, and he will be in some trouble. Huge overgrowth from Go Black. That'll secure a kill on the Mirana, the Storm Spirit, and maybe Screen as well. Certainly the Clockwork. They grab a kill on the Weaver. He'll buy back. Time lapses right into the party, unfortunately. Say goodbye to most of your hit points, but he's back in the fray, doing some damage. Yeah, to the barracks, and Clockwork will buy back, but ooh, PGG off the mark with that hook shot. Now their barracks in big trouble.
Yeah, the mech's been popped by Goldback, so they're mostly healed up here. Even the Weaver, who time-lapsed back in with no HP. Rax is still standing though, so TR still got that small hope. Searing Change catches out 2 heroes somehow, some way. Nyx gets the last hit on the Crystal Maiden. Miranda forced to leap out, and now we'll finally see that melee Rax take a fall. Another Searing Change on Nubik. Man, this Searing Change at level 4. 8-second cooldown is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. Solo is showing us what
Blink
Spirit
Dagon
is all about. And oh, wow. Yeah, was not ready for that Blink Dagon coming out of the Bane, but wow. Just wow. Not often you see this build on the Bane Elemental.
Yeah.
And oh, look at that, a Desolator up on Nyx Assassin. Not too often you see that one either.
Hey man, help him push faster. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you could have gone Necro Book. That would help you push even faster.
Yeah.
He wants some style points.
Looks like Weaver is working on a Desolator as well. He's got himself the Mithril Hammer. I suppose it could be a BKB, but... Incoming! Well, Desolator just seems to make a little bit more sense. PGG is pushing out pretty far right here, actually. He does have a tier 2 tower standing, but...
They don't know exactly where he is. They know who was at bottom lane.
A lot of invisibility here.
No, Solo may run into PGG. He sees the rocket flare.
Oh, see you later, Crystal Maiden. Yikes. She'll get destroyed in the mid. Yikes, indeed.
Arrow off the mark, and ZXC, he gets stunned by Carapace here. Will get himself out of there. Another Doom going out. These Dooms so far is generally converted into kills, and it's going to be another kill on the Weaver here, but they get every time they use Doom, they get 1 kill, but they lose 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
at
we
what
killed 1
cost? Mirana falls now, and PGG, he hook shots in. To what avail, though? It will be that ticket back to the grave. And there you go. GG, well played. Screen will get Fiend dripped up just for good measure to finish off this game.
I think he might live.
Oh, Snake. Close call.
44-17. Pretty one-sided affair, but I mean, RoX.KiS, they make it look a bit fun here. Some great scores across the board. Everyone just racking up the kills, and well, RoX.KiS get the job done.
Yeah, they do more than that. They get the job done, and they do it in style. So that was game number 1, gods. We've got 3 more coming up, but a quick one.
Yeah.
RoX.KiS making quick work of team the Retry.
Hey, man. You've got to get the 2 commentator tags up.
Oh, my God, really?
That's okay.
I'm all over the place. It's just me today. Sorry, gods. So that'll take Retry now
morph into 1.
to 1 and 5, and RoX.KiS, they'll actually be 4 and 2. So RoX.KiS, they're right in the middle of the pack right now. Still hope to making it into. How is it for you? Is it top 8 or is it top 4 that move on to the next round?
Top 4 go to the LAN finals. There's no playoffs for EU.
There's no playoffs for EU. Oh, so it's just number 1. Is that the?
Because the top 4 like all advance to the LAN finals. There's no actual seeding for the LAN finals. Well, actually, there is.
Wait, no, for America, it's the top 4 out of the group, and then they play in a bracket, and the winner of that is the one that goes to the top 4. For EU, how is...
Oh, EU, the top 4, all just go to the LAN finals, because the way the LAN finals is 8 teams. 4 EU, 1 NA, 2 China, and 1 Korea.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. So you need to make it into the top 4 out of these 16 teams, and that's
then you're the LAN finals. Yeah, no playoffs. Like there's it's straight to the LAN finals. That is the playoffs in a sense.
Gotcha. So this big group stage is a little bit more important.
Yeah.
Understandable. So, well, we'll see. RoX.KiS still looking hot. Coming up next, we will... I saw that facial expression. RoX.KiS, pardon me, coming up next will be the Retry versus Fnatic. After that, we will get to see Alliance in the house playing up against Virtus Pro, and then we will round things off with another PR, or I was going to say another Retry game, but it's PR. Confusing my T's and my P's today.
Okay.
Power Rangers and Cloud9 for our final match. So.
Alrighty.
We'll have a break here. Our next match is scheduled to start in just about half an hour, and then it will be TR versus Fnatic.